Welcome back to the Driveline channel. Today, we're talking about dream cars. You know, dream cars are pretty funny because I think all of them start at 99 cents. And what do I mean by that? Well, think about it when you were a kid. Were you a car guy when you were growing up? Were you able to name every single car on the road and knew what engine was in it and knew all of the specs? This is what dream cars start with. We can have dream cars that are aspirational, like a McLaren F1, that probably most of us are never gonna own. Maybe for some of us, the dream car is a little bit more obtainable, and I actually owned one of these. It's a Dodge Viper SRT 10. Maybe for some of us, we long for something new. It would be a 2020 Shelby Mustang GT500. Maybe that's what you dream about. Or maybe things are a little bit more nostalgic, right? For me, like a 944 Turbo, that is definitely a car that I understand and that I love because I grew up around 944s. Like I said, there's dream cars for each one of us. And I really want to know from you guys, just even as we start this video, like, what is the car that you always dreamed about? We all have that car that is just etched into our memories. The car that we just think about, the car that maybe we used to draw in class. We know the shape, we know the curves, we know the outlines of every single little aspect about the car. And the M3 was that car for me. And specifically, it was this E30 M3. You know, even though this car is not the fastest, it may not be the best looking, it may not have the most power. I mean, you're looking at 2.3 liter 4-cylinder with 190 horsepower stock. For me, a dream car has to be more than just being a spec sheet racer. It has to be more than just the performance that the car would give, but the way that it evokes emotion, the way that the ITB sound, the way that just you just blip the throttle and it's just whoa, whoa, whoa. It's so cool. And okay, there may be other cars that can do stuff like that, but in this shape, in this car, in this way that this car handles and the way that it feels, I mean, there's just nothing like it. I mean, just listen to this. That is so cool. I mean, the design of the E30 M3 is just, it's unmistakable. And that was something that me as a kid, I just loved the boxy shape of this car. When I was about 14, I loved to draw cars, and this was one of my favorite cars to draw. My dream car started in 1998, and it just so happened to be a car that was in my family, a car that I grew up around. It was 1998. I was 5 years old, and this, without the glare, I'll put it up on the screen, was a 1988 Henna Red BMW E30 M3. Just remembering that car, the smell of the leather, the way that the doors even opened. I mean, there's something that's just unmistakably a memory that's etched into your head that you can't get out. And it's such a cool feeling when you get back into this car and you smell the BMW leather. If you've ever owned a BMW with real leather, you know the smell that I'm talking about. There's the smell, the touch of the paint, the way that the box flares feel when you go up to touch them. This little flattened portion right here. I mean, just looking at this car evokes so much memory and so much emotion out of me. I mean, this was the car that I drew in class, that I longed to own, that I loved the buzzy nature of the S14 when I was growing up. It wasn't fast. It wasn't a spec sheet racer car. It wasn't a Ferrari. It wasn't anything like that. But the one thing that I love about cars, and even to this day, is the ability to modify them. And even just looking at the modifications that I've done to this car, one thing that makes it even more of a dream car is that when I was in high school, I was still thinking about this car, still drawing it, and still wanting to buy parts for it for a car that I didn't even own, because I thought once I was gonna be out of high school, I was gonna buy myself an E30 M3. And this was before prices started to go up. And I still have one part left. Check this out. If you owned an E30, you will remember this steering wheel. It is an M-Tech 2 steering wheel. And this was like one of the coolest things. It's like, it was about 350 bucks, which was a huge chunk of money. But I was like, oh man, I gotta start buying parts for this car, because if I don't, I will never own it. And I still held on to it all of these years, still remembering that there's a dream car out there for me. And maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. I mean, who goes and buys parts for a car that you don't even own? And I didn't end up owning for another 10 plus years after that. Well, actually even more than that. I mean, it's crazy to think about that, but that's what makes a dream car a dream car. Again, we can have all of these dream cars, like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or whatever it might be. And yes, I would love to own those cars, but I mean, there's something so cool about having this aspirational car that you could actually afford to own when you were growing up. And even though that's not the case today, because the prices of E30 M3s have skyrocketed, there's a car that just makes you happy when you get in it. When you look at it, when you see the boxed flares, when you see the stance of the car, when you start up the car and you floor it and you hear those ITBs just roar. There's no other car like it that can evoke such emotion like this E30 M3 can for me. Are there better cars? Of course there are, right? I mean, if you compare this to the Ferrari of the time, like a 328, 308, or F335, whatever, right? I mean, everybody's gonna call me crazy for wanting this over any Ferrari or any Lamborghini or anything like that. And I'm a crazy person. That's all I have to say. It's a dream car. It's something that is just unexplainable why you love it so much. So what makes your car the dream car? Is it performance? Is it the looks? Is it the interior? Is it the way that it sounds? Is it a memory that you have from childhood growing up with the car? The E30 M3 is my meet my heroes car. And I love that I was able to meet my hero and know that it is the car that is still my dream car to this day. Every time I look at it, every time I get into it, every time I start it up, every time I take it for a drive, it is such an awesome car to be able to own. And I'm so thankful that I get to own this beautiful E30 M3. And if you made it this far, I want to know from you, what's your dream car? What's the car that lives rent-free in your head that you think about? Is it a car that you are actually going to own? That's it on this episode of Driveline. Again, this is all about cars. I'll see you next episode.